Joining us now is Jim Lee of Susquehanna Polling and Research in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Jim conducts polls nationwide. Jim, welcome to Capitol Review.
Nice to be here, Mark. Nice to be with you today.
Hey, let's talk about your most recent presidential poll in your home state of Pennsylvania. What are the numbers showing?
Well, Mark, the numbers are showing that Kamala Harris has a slight 4-point advantage over Donald Trump in the election. The question asked, if the election were held today, for whom would you vote? And Harris is leading 47 to 43 on that question. So the margin of error for the poll, Mark, was 4 percentage points. So she's right on the cusp of the margin of error. It could be a couple points below that. It could be a couple points higher. But ultimately, she has a small lead. And it's primarily because the week we went into the field was the week that Joe Biden had named her as his replacement. And she was able to have generated for her an awful lot of positive news as a result of that decision. And that, I think, probably gave her a slight bounce, because some of the polling that's come out in Pennsylvania recently had Trump in the lead. So we think this is a very close race, Mark. Make no mistake about it. A 4-point lead is razor thin. It's within the poll's margin of error. And as we get closer to Election Day, we'll see how the race shifts, particularly after the Democrats have their national convention.
Jim, talk about the science of polling. How do you identify people who you reach out to? Do you target communities or counties that you presume to be red or blue? How does that work?
It works by first purchasing a list, Mark, of registered voters that have phone numbers attached. From there, we randomly generate the phone calls, and the amount of surveys that we get in a particular region of the state or the nation is closely tied to the population. So the interviews aren't necessarily done in red or blue communities because they're bellwethers. It's really done to get a representative sample of the electorate. If we're doing a poll at the state basis, for instance, the state of Maryland, we want to make sure we have more Democrats sampled than Republicans, because that would mirror the registration of the state of Maryland. If we're polling Pennsylvania, we want to make sure we're getting about an equal amount of Republicans and Democrats to answer. So we randomly generate phone calls to those communities and ask people to participate in the surveys, but we're keeping track of the demographics. We want to make sure we get the right amount of Republicans, the right amount of Democrats, the right amount of people in different age groups. All those bells and whistles are baked into the survey methodology, so that when we get to our desired sample size, which is the amount of complete interviews, we know we have a statistically representative sample of the area that we call.
Hey, Jim, you know, historically, as you know, parties tend to see a bump after their conventions. I assume the Republican Party saw a bump after their convention last month. Are you expecting the same for Democrats?
I think we are expecting a little bump for Kamala Harris and her running mate, whoever she chooses to be that, particularly if she picks Josh Shapiro, the popular governor of Pennsylvania. In our recent survey, 55% of Pennsylvanians say they have favorable opinions of Josh Shapiro and approve of the job he's doing. If he's tapped as a running mate, that could give her a leg up into a critical battleground state like Pennsylvania that both sides are competing very feverishly for right now. So we do expect there to be a little bit of a bump and after the Democrat convention, but things should settle down. The irony of this, Mark, is that most of the polling that's come out doesn't show one candidate or the other with gigantic leads. All the leads for Trump, all the leads for Kamala Harris, they've all been 2 points, 3 points, 4 points, all within the poll's margin of error, which looks like it portends to be a very close election on Election Day. And I think that's what we're probably going to see play out as the remaining months unfold.
All right, Jim Lee, thank you very much for joining us.
You're very welcome, Mark. Have a wonderful day.